Hello, my name is Saila Kivelä. I'm director and screenwriter of Just Animals, together with Vesa Kuosmanen.
That's me, and we are here in the CP8 Docs because we love Denmark. And our film is premiering in Nordic Docs competition here, and it's good fun. It's good fun.
And it's a good film.
Yeah, a great film, some people say, but
The best.
Kari ja Saila on syytettyinä siitä, että on tuotu esiin se, miltä sikojen tuotanto Suomessa näyttää.
Mitä vittua mä tehdään?
Mulla on henkilökohtaisesti ihan se sama istus mä yön Omenhotellissa vai putkassa.
Yeah, I feel like our film is really it's about humans, and it's about human relationship, and it's about us, the difficulty of changing the world, and also the necessity of doing it. But for me, because my sister had been activist already when she was 9, and I was I was 5, and my life has had no time where activism is not part. That's why I really wanted to kind of make the film to look the activism as whole, what all it means, and what kind of things brought us into the activism other than the reason, the cause, the animals, because there is idols, and there is dreams, and there is maybe envy. There is you want to make your heroes proud, and so on and so on. So yeah, it's the animals are kind of like the theme.
Theme and backdrop, and I think that's the beauty of the film, that hopefully it inspires all of us to find our own way to impact the world. And we got super lucky because it was first day of filming together when it was my got into parliament, Saila's sister. So we got these two ways of impacting world on camera, and it became kind of the cutting through theme of the film.
Täällä eläinteollisuudessa kuolee vuosittain yli 85 miljoonaa maa-eläintä.
Obviously, Saila didn't start making film about herself, and we had the two sisters and do different ways in a core, but it became, in my opinion, it's kind of frame of the film. So we follow this story that goes through a decade, but we always get back to Saila and Mai and the sisterhood, and it gives it more kind of something that can touch all of us, because we all have the relationships that are difficult, but we love the person and we want to keep them close. Yeah, hopefully. So I think in our working relationships as directors, it was kind of constant dialogue and balance. What is the core of the film? And because we had such a huge amount of footage, 400 hours in the beginning, but we narrowed it down quite quickly to 40 hours. And then on our first compilation of film, we had 5-hour rough cut, but still that's 2.5 films we have there. So I think that was kind of the main argument or debate, is the film kind of broader look of the political scene of Finland, or is it kind of something a little bit more personal and narrower, but hopefully more emotionally touching? And it's Claire Denis once said that if you film a tornado, you either can look it super far away and see the whole tornado, or be really, really deep inside the tornado and not to see the tornado but feel it. And then I guess at the end we chose the second option, but it was a long dialogue.
Oh yeah, and since I feel that because the first time when I was doing the first years I was making the film, I was in the movement, I was in the court, and I had really a lot going on, and we were just following everything, and I was really I really wanted to be a director. I wanted to get other people in the film. I found their work so fascinating, and still I always wanted that there would be more other characters, because I want to follow them. But then after I had hit the wall with my activism, with everything that was going on, and I took a few years that I did I was not activist. I was not filmmaker. I just like I had the material there, and I met Vesa in 2017, and I waited for 1 year to kind of bring this up. That should we finish the film? I still have all the footage, and that was also for me the time that I had found the distance to the case and to the movement. So I had the space to kind of like I had gone through therapy. I had kind of like figure out like what like why am I here, and what are all these things that have affected to me. So that's kind of like with you, I guess, like I had more space to kind of like see all these things that are actually really important in my personal journey. But the tricky part was that for me it was also quite challenging to accept that it is about me.
Tässä mun isosisko Mai. Se oli mun suurin idoli.
2617. Ai mulla? Joo. Valitaan ton mukaan!
Tai jotenkin, että se on aina silleen, että mä ajattelen enemmän silleen, että mä toivoisin, että me niinku tavallaan tehtäisiin yhdessä, ja mun mielestä sä et ole ajatellut silleen.
Well, I think those two timelines were fairly clear for both of us in the beginning. We wanted to go through Kristo's eyes and go to the farms and have the activist world, and through Mai have the political debate. And we wanted to all the time, like all the people we met and all the kind of tutors and distributors and funders told us that this should be a chronological film told from one viewpoint. But that was like completely against our instincts. We felt like all time it should be mixing the time levels and have 3 different viewpoints, because that's the strength of the story, that we have these kind of accesses to these places. But the thing is that we found difficult. I think, in my opinion, it's really great that through Kristo and through Mai we feel, but we don't actually hear that much. Like, of course they talk, but it's less information and more kind of feeling how it feels going to the fur farms and how it feels to be in the debate in the political situation. But the one thing we didn't figure out until like quite close to end, what is actually Saila's, because Saila had such a clear mission in the beginning. She wants to change the world, but when she hits the wall and cannot do that anymore, what is Saila's kind of role as a main character? And I think the beauty of the film is, as you said, it's a reflection that she has the superpower, that she can actually look back and tell like how it felt to be kind of this activist and go into there, and how it feels when these other people don't seem to feel anything. And in my opinion, that's kind of the core strength of the film, that we got that emotional heart, sensitivity, and kind of the emotional attachment to it. And the funny thing is that it's Saila talking to her to mobile phone, and it's as exciting and emotionally touching as the exciting scenes going to fur farm or the political debates, and that kind of balance makes the film work for me. And but yeah, when you're talking about two timelines, the activism and the political timeline, we had them from the first version of the script. I would say they were always there, and we wanted to have them, but we didn't know what to do with Saila.
Monta vuotta tämä nyt on tehty? 7 vuotta.
Mä en halua tehdä tätä enää.
Musta tuntuu vähän niin kuin epäreilulta, että mun pitäisi nyt edustaa tässä jotain sellaista järjestelmää, jota vastaan niin kuin toimitaan.
Eläimet on totta ja se väkivalta on totta. Musta tuntuu, että mä en pysty vaan niinku olemaan siinä mukana.
Yeah, like I said, like I had grown up to this movement and to this idea that you always have to do. Activism is doing, and what you do is the thing that matters and kind of like thing that values you. And for me, it was after I had hit the wall with the activism. And like activism means like it has the word of act, like it So I felt that when I cannot act, what am I? Like what is my worth? And then I just I kind of like dived in the like deep end of like other side, that I don't want to be useful. I want to party. I want to around myself with nice people who are nice to animals, who doesn't bring up these questions of like equality or killing animals or anything this, and that's it was kind of like escaping, but also like trying to find the like kind of like finding my own worth because I am, not because I do, like kind of like break down this quite harsh and even like quite like neoliberal idea of like really being useful, and like so that's why I partied a lot, but then that was also the time when I always the animals hit back. Like I really feel them, and I kind of like there is a lot of people, and we are in warehouses, and they are little bit similar to these like animal warehouses because there's a lot of movement, like tiny movement in these like pens, and the like yeah, I like techno raves, and then that's what kind of like is a little bit similar. So yeah, it's kind of like my few years of escaping, but still like hitting back to the animals. But it was fun making. Like the first clip is from our like one of the best parties we organized, like just raves, and then the other one is VFX shot.
And the way we sold it to production companies, because obviously we didn't have much money and VFX is expensive, that we say that, okay, there's 3 years of Saila's life we don't have footage from. So now with one shot you get 3 years. It's definitely worth it. And but I think it's quite, and it tells something about Saila's personality as well. And I think it's super important that we don't kind of fill you with information, but you get the feeling who Saila is. And she got this crazy costume that she actually found from Borderland Festival, which is like this hippie European Burning Man. So it has all that kind of depth and context in one shot that you don't really understand what it is, but you feel it. And
yeah, and also the old diary writings were kind of like, because yeah, like I think it's quite naive shot as well, but at the same time it's just like it's really like how it feels, and because things are quite in a way quite simple in this like in this question and in this matter, like life and death and like horrors and escaping dreams and
film is a naive media.
Yeah.
And I think for us, like, how to create a rhythm and pace of the film was really important, because so often in documentaries you see kind of these empty pacing images. You got cars driving by, you got a little bit of the city, and you got beautiful landscapes. And of course the audience needs time to have thoughts, but why would you have like empty images there? And we have the secret filming footage from the activists that we use to create a rhythm. But I think with every image we wanted to think how we have the emotional arc, and even kind of the images between the storyline, we wanted to kind of keep the atmosphere. And I think that, like, I really like the rave scene. Plus it has an amazing music thanks to our composer.
Yeah.
Minkälainen aktivisti on, jos ei pysty toimimaan? Ja jos mä en ole aktivisti, niin mitä mä sit oon?
I don't know, hopefully you guys who watch this and will go and see the film to festivals, you'll be inspired, and it might feel like really tough film to watch because it has animal suffering, but I encourage you to go to, because I think it has a hopeful tone and it tells something beautiful about humanity. We don't want to kind of divide people into good and bad ones, but bring us humans closer so we can be nice to ourselves and each other and to the animals.
Yeah, and for like if there is people who think that if they bear to watch it because of the theme of animal suffering, I really like the suffering is not in the front, because it tells the story about when you cannot watch the suffering. So I relate to this wanting to close your eyes and not wanting to watch. I relate it because I don't want to watch these like pictures either, but it's more kind of like sharing the pain of like the world not being as you really strongly see it. So yeah, I encourage people who are sensitive to these topics to watch it and feel it with me.